everybody. Welcome to another Front Porch Review. I'm Travis.
I'm Samantha.
I'm Miriam.
I'm Colin.
Special guest star, Colin. Not actually a Bryant.
And today we are going to be reviewing Shadowrift. This is put out by Game Salute. It is for 1 to several players. I don't remember how many. We played 4 players. And it is a cooperative deck building game. Cooperative in that you are playing against the bad guys. There's different bad guys you can have: dragons, werewolves, all kinds of nasties. And you are the heroes trying to defend the town of New Haven against the encroaching hordes. So, and another interesting thing about it that separates it is that it has 2 phases: one where the bad guy goes, and then one where the players can go in any order, and that makes for some interesting dynamics. So what did folks think of it?
Well, I always like the co-op games. I enjoy that where we're all working together on something to defeat the board. I'm a big fan of co-op games in general, and this was a pretty good one. And we've played it, us 4 have played it together twice.
Mm-hmm.
And by the second time, we had kind of divided up kind of what each person would specialize in and had a good system. I think we can continue to beat this game.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely like the teamwork aspect. It's kind of a chaotic game because you can go in whatever order. You're like, oh, I can do this, and then you can do that if I do this, and it just, everything falls into place. But it's, it's very chaotic and all over the place.
I think as like a person that doesn't really game that often, like I only really ever game when I'm here. It's a good middle ground starting game. It's not Monopoly, but it's not like a 3-day game, and it's pretty easy to get into and understand immediately. I like that.
I think our first game took about 2 hours,
Mm-hmm.
and our second game dropped down to maybe an hour to maybe 75 minutes, somewhere in that range. We did win both of our games, so I don't know whether that is a statement to our ability or the game's difficulty.
It's our skill.
It's
We're
definitely-
that
it's
awesome.
ours.
And there are 2 expansions, one of which we have, but I haven't implemented it yet, called Archfiends, that makes it more difficult. And we may have to roll that out. We haven't gone through all the bad guys yet, so maybe we just pick the lightweights. What I liked about it is, the fiddliness is at first a little off-putting in that there's a lot of different things that happen between rounds. You do a bunch of cool stuff, and then there's almost a reset phase. But what I liked about it is that we divided it up, and we were able to move through that reset really quickly.
Yes, I got to move the monsters.
And I reset the people in the village that you're trying to protect / benefit from. And
One of you guys brought out the potential new villagers.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then you can one of us moves the points, stuff like that.
Yeah, so as long as you have a system going, it works really well, and there was some good tension. There were moments when the village was never completely in peril, but there were times when we got walloped. Was there anything about it that you didn't like?
Well, in our second game, I felt like we defeated the game maybe a little too easily. It actually didn't feel as challenging. And again, I don't know if that's just that we had a great system and we really understood how it worked, or if the game was just scaled a little too easy. I know that the monsters come out and they get more powerful as they move down this track, and so you want to try to beat them when they're in the first box or the second box. And we defeated a couple of monsters before they got off the starting block.
Right, we had a couple of cards that helped, and we had some really good combinations.
I had that cool thing that let me lay so as soon as they moved in, they got damaged.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's 2 ways to win. You can close the Shadowrifts, which are cards that come out occasionally that require
Over the Shadowrift.
there you go, require special cards to resolve. And then there's purchasing these walls. There's a separate deck of walls, and basically if you build enough walls, the monsters are just going to go past to the next town.
Kind of like not leaving your car unlocked in your driveway. Yeah, they're just going to pick the easier to rob place.
Right. Don't make yourself a target.
Yeah.
That's New Haven's, that's their motto. And so we were able to, in our second game, to purchase those walls really easily. We focused on money over fighting,
Yeah.
and that seemed to be the optimum path. we'll see if that continues through other things. You know, I think if you had an alpha gamer, if you had a gamer who was like, okay, I know the perfect turn. You do this, and then you do that, and you do this, and no one tells me different. Go. That could be not fun.
I'd kick him out. He
Yeah.
would not get to eat my chili.
So if you have one of those in your group, don't play this game.
Yeah.
Forbade it.
But you know, I think other than that, I like it quite a bit. I think it's a cool adventure.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I think this one is for slightly older players. Our younger daughter, I was not invited to play with us this time because she was busy, but I'm also not sure that she would have been into this game.
Not appropriateness level. I feel like it's not inappropriate at all. It's just
No,
Yeah.
just
there's lots
interest.
of moving parts and kind of big concepts.
And it takes like kind of a long attention span to
Yeah.
get through.
Definitely. Yeah, you have to be able to. If you lose focus, and you could end up doing something that will just throw off. And that is one thing. I guess if you had one bad turn or someone just wasn't paying attention, it could snowball into losing.
Mhm.
So you have to be, like you said, focused. So that was Shadowrift by Game Salute, and we thank you for tuning in.
Bye.
Bye.